I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I bring you the Walrus Audio D1 Mako. It's a digital delay that punches a lot of features, and it is already my favorite delay. It is already on my board. It's just not Velcroed yet because I don't have Velcro here at home and I'm filming this at home. Why did this delay want its space on my pedal board? Well, it has 9 presets available, so you can record 9 different preset delays. And I was using, for example, the Line 6 DL4, which has 3 presets, and it is a big pedal, okay? This is a simple pedal, the same size as the ARP87, more or less, and it packs 9 different presets, but most of all, it lets you toggle through presets 3 at a time. So you have bank A, bank B, bank C. Each one has 3 different presets, but you can do it with your foot, which makes it perfect for how I use delays. If you want more presets, it lets you have more presets via MIDI. If you have an external MIDI controller, you can have 128 presets. I don't know if anyone uses 128 different delays, but it is possible. It has 5 delay types, which is great because you're not cornered into one delay. So it has digital delay, very clean delays. It has modulation, which is a delay based on a random modulation thing. It has a vintage delay, way more towards the analog Bucket Brigade delays. It has a dual delay, kind of a Space Echo, Roland Space Echo with dual tape heads, which is a great rhythmic delay. And it has a reverse delay. It delays back, it plays back what you played into it, but in a reverse way. It can be stereo in, stereo out, mono in, mono out, mono in, stereo out. So it has all the configurations, although you need to tweak some things, but the manual is really good on explaining that. It has tap tempo, well, what can you ask? And some delay filters, so you can filter how your delay sounds like. You can scoop the highs, you can scoop the lows, you can distort your delay tails, and you can modulate your delay tails. So it's a very complete delay unit in a very compact pedal size. I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, Daniel Hodges and Rui Grillo. Thank you so much for supporting the show. If you want to become a patron, you just need to go to my Patreon page, and it's very simple. You can also support the channel via PayPal, so you can donate whatever money you feel like, and you are supporting the channel. Also visit my fresh brand new website. You can get a lot of merchandising there, like my band's records, merchandising, etc. Don't forget to subscribe and to leave your thumbs up. It's very important for YouTube. If you leave your thumbs up, YouTube will suggest the video to more people. Let me know what you think about this delay pedal, how you use delay pedals, what other alternatives are. Let me know anything. I answer all the comments, so I'll be answering yours for sure. I hope you enjoy the episode. I will be looking a lot to this side because the pedal is right here, so excuse me if I'm not talking to you directly. But the delay, the Mako delay, or the D1 Mako, whatever you want to call it, has a lot of features that I really like. So you can store presets, and I've already done my 3 presets, because if you have been watching the show, you know I always use 3 delays, 3 presets of delays. So I use a slapback, and I want you to hear the slapback, but I don't want it to be super exposed. But it's kind of, it gives you an ambient without being a delay. Then I have a 1 repeat delay, a little longer 1 repeat delay that I use for special texture, kind of more like a reverb, but not being a reverb. I use it on melodies, on solos, sometimes on whenever I want a little more space, but I don't want a reverb. And then I have a big Memory Man inspired delay with modulation. So this already allows me to do those 3, which are my 3 delays, the delays that I ever use. I never use any other delay kinds. Well, I use the auto volume, the swell, the line 6 thing that lets you blend in and create atmosphere, but these are my 3 basic delays. To record a preset is super simple. You just turn the knobs to get whatever you want to get, and then press and hold both switches until it blinks and it's green, and then it's the color. So, and the same thing is to switch from preset to preset. You press both switches and you're on a different delay. So it starts with RGB, so red, green and blue. It's how they organize it. So the first preset is red, then green and then blue, like the color setting. You can see the LED is blinking red, green and blue, okay? And it allows you a lot of things like keeping the tempo to be fixed, or it allows you to record the delay with the tempo that you want. I opted for that option. You just read the manual, it's very simple to get there. I opted for that option because I want a slapback, a 1 repeat, and an ambient dual delay. So I don't want them to be all in the same tempo, and I want to be able to scroll through the delays easily as a feather. So the first one is my slapback. I'm using my Nags Chop Tank, this beautiful guitar, one of my favorite guitars of all time. Since I'm at home, I'm using what I have at home. I'm using my Blues Junior with the Ribera cabinet, and I'm using my Mesa Boogie Transatlantic. I just got it home and it's so great. It's so great, so great. I love this amp. So I'm using it in stereo because the delay is able to play in stereo. And I'm miking the Transatlantic, I'm miking it with my trusty Beyerdynamic M160, a ribbon microphone. And the Blues Junior, I'm miking it with a Naudix i5, which I also love, and an AKG 351, I think it's the mic. It's the first time I'm miking it. I'm not hearing it. I hope it sounds good. If it doesn't sound good, I don't use it in the mix. I'm using my Blues Experience pedal board. It's the Nano Plus, the Pedal Train Nano Plus, with the Pedal Train power unit. I had to take off the Strymon Flint because it doesn't receive stereo inputs, so I want that stereo output to be here. So let's dive into my clean tone. No reverb in any amp. Let's turn on the slapback. If I turn on the Guedes overdrive, my favorite overdrive, I'm not using it like this live, so I'll set it. Without the slapback, so it's a texture. It puts you in a room, in a small room, or in a bathroom even, if you want it. I picked up this trick with Osnoy, one of my favorite new guitar players. And he always uses a slapback, always on. So it gives me as opposite to. So it makes the guitar be in a room. It's less dry, but it's not reverb, okay? My second preset is a 1 repeat delay, but a little longer 1 repeat. So I use it in stuff like I Want to Please My Baby. Okay, So it has this feeling, and it can be a great, it's a great ambient for solo. I used the attack knob to tame a little of the repeat. So if the attack knob is on 0, I'll put it on 0, and you see it blinks purple, which means it's not the preset I've recorded. So putting the attack on 0, here's the repeat. Okay, if I take off the attack a little, and then I have it distorting a little. So this tweak knob is dependent on what you are using here. But we'll go there in a minute. Let's just let me show you the delay. So it's the one repeat. I use it for ambient, for as opposite to okay, so it just adds a little ambient, and then the ambient delay. And the great thing is that you can scroll through the presets with the pedal off too, so you can prepare for when you want to use. So I have this delay, this long delay. It is dual delay, so it is pumping, it is going, it's stereo, it's kind of ping-pongy. Okay. And I have it set for a very long repeat. It's almost feedbacking, but the mix is turned down. I use this for songs like Take My Soul in Buddha Power Blues song, or I Lost a Friend. I noticed the mix wasn't loud enough. I set it louder, and then I pressed the 2 buttons. It blinks, it started. Simple as that. So you can use it to blend it and to create presets easily, very, very, very easily. So these are my 3 favorite presets, and this is how I will use it live. This is actually my new delay pedal. I'm using it because it's so small, it's stereo, and I can use it with 3 different presets. I'm even thinking about getting another one for my bigger board. So this will stay on this board, but on my bigger board, I have the Analog Man ARDX20, great delay pedal by the way, with the Amazio control, and I have the carbon copy also over there. But this, with one pedal, I can scroll through. It's MIDI, so I can have my ES8 programming and choosing the presets. It's a great delay pedal, great delay. I have to play it live to figure out how it speaks through the mix. Let me go through how I create a preset. If you have been watching the show, you know I don't do reviews. Like, I'm not selling the pedals, so and I don't work for Walrus Audio, so I'm not going through all the menus and how to create. I'm trying to inspire you to use the delay. This inspires me a lot. I'm trying to share this knowledge with you. I'm not going through all the ways and all. The manual is incredible, is very well written. You have the manual online too, so you can go to Walrus Audio webpage and there's the manual. You can read all about it. I'm here just to show you and to highlight the features that I really like about the pedal. So how to create a preset. So let's scroll through all the delays here. So this is time. The upper row is exactly the same as a normal delay pedal. So time, feedback or repeats, and blend or mix in this case. So it is simple as that. Then you have the preset, the model delay makes you go from digital to modulation to vintage to reverse and to dual. And then you have two special buttons. So the attack is how the first transient of the note is on your delay. So if you have the attack to the minimum, it will be, I guess, so it's very percussive. If you move the attack clockwise, you are cutting, kind of fading in the repeat. So it's less percussive, less rhythmic. So the tweak button has three different functions. The tweak has three different functions. It depends on where you have the switch, where you have the tweak switch. So you have it on modulation, it controls the amount of modulation. If you have it on tone, it controls the tone, and it varies depending on the model that you are using. If you have the age, it controls distortion of the repeats, and on the digital mode it is a beat crusher. So it was what was happening. So here's it with no of that, but the delays are fading in due to the attack. So let's use the attack at maximum. Okay, let's introduce the age, or in this case, the beat crusher. Let's introduce a little modulation. So I'm putting the tweak button to the modulation. Let's try to use it as normal as possible. So the tweak and the modulation and the tone are off. We are in digital mode, clean repeats. The tone. Okay, so in the digital mode, the tone functions as a regular tone in a regular pedal. So if you turn it all clockwise, there's no tone, so the repeats are the same as your tone. And let's use the attack for... It kind of reverses. But if we want to use it, for example, as the edge rhythmic kind of stuff. Okay, now we can introduce some modulation. And the thing I really don't like about digital delays, well, digital sounding delays, because I don't have anything against a delay that is being produced digitally. I don't like digital delays like DD3 is because they are too clean. They are exactly the guitar's tone. But with this, since you have the tone, you can darken the repeats. Man, this beat crusher is just killer. I just introduce it. Yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. I like to do videos on gear that I know at least a little, so I never play things that I don't know how they sound. And I've been playing with this D1 delay, but I haven't figured it out that the tone in here works the opposite. So with the tone on its brightest, the edge and this beat crusher is just amazing. I love this strangeness. Man, delay 4 hours, and it is digital. It is digital. I really, really love it. Let's start a preset from scratch. So I turn it into bypass and I put it in B, in bank B. So my bank is A, my bank should be B. because I'm Budda. Yeah, my bank is A. Now let's scroll through the presets they allow us here. Green one and red one. So this is one preset. Man, they are all incredible. Let me show you how I create my slapback. So the first thing I want to do, and this is my thinking process. So the first thing I want to do is go through all the delays with no tweaks on it. So no modulation, no beat crusher, no tone cut, which in this case is like this, no attack reduction. So using it as a normal delay without this special thing. So this is the digital slap. Let's turn it to the modulated slap. The vintage slap. This is great. The dual, which will introduce double delay. Yeah, this is great because this is a stereo slapback. It never occurred to me. And the reversed one. Yeah, this is too strange. So I would go with the vintage or the dual, probably the dual because it's a stereo one, so it's great. Let me just do something to the tone. Yeah, so the tone on the vintage reverb and I believe on the dual, from the middle to the left, so from here it's a high cut. Let me turn on the repeats a lot. So the more you turn it left, the more high end it cuts, and from the middle on, the more you turn it right, the more bass it cuts. I like my slapback to be bright and kind of a bathroomy, so this is how I like it. Perfect for me. Now I just press, I'm on A, so my bank. I just press and hold both buttons until it blinks. I have my slapback. And that's basically it. So let's scroll through the one repeat. I will make it be dual. Yeah, I'm loving the dual because it makes it stereo. So I have a slapback on the left and my one repeat on the right. It's great. And turning off, shaving off a little bit of the attack makes the delay be a little less pronounced. And turning on the tone. Let me turn the edge on too, so it distorts. This is more noticeable when you have more repeats, which isn't the case. I don't want any modulation, so let me turn it off. It's a little too bright. Let me turn on the repeat so I can hear what the tone is doing. Okay. I have to turn down the mix. Okay, I will save it and let's listen, because this is not a delay to be heard. It's a feeling, it's a mood. So okay, great, I love it. Let's move on to my third delay, which I want it to be very dense, very dreamy. This is perfect already. Let me just tweak the tone because I don't know how the tone is. preset saved. In order for me to have it, it doesn't come like this from factory. So from factory, it comes in the true bypass mode. It has 3 different modes: true bypass, and DSP mode. Well, DSP bypass, true bypass, and DSP. What does this mean? In order for me to have a mono in and a stereo out always on, I need to have it in DSP. That's how they said it. So, which means the trails keep on even if I turn off the pedal. Which I like because I always use it like that. I like the tails to continue, but it's the only option that you have to use 2 amps and be able to bypass the pedal. Otherwise, when you bypass it, one of the signals would be bypassed too. So when I have the delay, I would have 2 amps, and when I bypass the delay, I have only 1 amp, which can be also a great thing because you can be stereo when you want to be stereo, or you can be mono without the delay. So it can be a good thing. But for me, it works like this, like a stereo all the time, because I play 2 amps. So this way I have the 2 amps on. It has another feature that I really like. So let me go to my 1 repeat preset. Which is, when you press and hold the bypass, it makes it be infinite repeats. This was a 1 repeat delay, right? So this acts as turning on the repeats at maximum, so it self-oscillates, which is great to create some landscapes. Sometimes you wanna create just that little landscape, and then you wanna go back. And it works perfectly. And the way I use my 1 repeat is I always use it on dotted 8 note, which is as it is in this time. So this switch here allows me to choose between quarter note, 8 note, or dotted 8, which means that you always tap the tempo in a quarter note, but then it transforms it to 8 note or dotted 8. Which makes it very easy to make dotted 8 signals. Otherwise, you have to think through music. So if I want to have, for example, I want to play something, I can always adapt my 1 repeat delay to the tempo of the song. So if I'm playing I Want to Please My Baby, one, two, three. And if I want to play it slower, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have this ability of having 3 presets, but I have them with tap tempo, so I can have the long delay being used. It is saved in a tempo that I really use it a lot. And the good news is when you go out again to it, it's in the same tempo that you start. Man, this sounds incredible. Let's just go through the other delays. So the modulation, they say they have a special modulated tone. As the opposite to the digital. Let me turn off the aging on the digital. Let's go to the modulated. Beautiful. And the vintage one, which is a Bucket Brigade. Yeah, the modulation on this is great. It reminds me a lot of the Memory Man. The dual would be dual head, so it's a very different one. And the reverse. Man, they all sound so good to me. I love it. It's one of my favorite delay pedals since I got it. One of the favorites was the ARP87, another Walrus Audio delay pedal, funny enough. But this with the presets and with the ability to tweak the attacks and with the beat crusher, with the tone control, with the modulation, man, it's so versatile. And being able to recall to have 9 presets in the pedal, 3 of them being able to move it with your feet, so I can have my bank B be the special effects one, and I only use it for the special songs. It's a great pedal, and the ability of using it with MIDI really opens a new window for me because I use the Boss ES8 and ES5 loop systems, so I can control patch by patch. I can control the Walrus Audio. The D1, it's a really powerful delay pedal in such a small box with no menus. This is killer because I hate menus. I hate diving into menus. So this is very simple. You have it all here. All you need is what you get. Well, that's it. I hope you have liked the show. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with the world, leave your thumbs up. It's super important for YouTube. The more thumbs up the episode has, the more YouTube shares it with other people. Also, leave your comments. I would really like to know what you think about the pedal, other pedals that you really like, other delay pedals that you really like that do this kind of stuff. Or if you only like a simple pedal like the Carbon Copy, let me know. I would really love to know your thoughts. I would really love to know your opinion, and I answer all the comments, so I'll be answering yours for sure. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can become a patron. Just go to my Patreon page and become a patron right now, or you can even donate via PayPal and help the channel, support what we are doing here. Visit my website. You can buy there some merchandising, some CDs, pen drives with music, t-shirts, a lot of stuff. Also, if you want to have some lessons with me, just send me a direct message via Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, and we'll see each other next week. I hope you liked it. Bye-bye.